So, welcome once again to this
I think,
short course on web development. As
yeah,
I had mentioned, we're going to carry over from where we left off the day before yesterday. That is, we looked at what HTML is, we set up our development environments, we
yeah,
downloaded Visual Studio Code, we downloaded a browser, we downloaded Git, even though we didn't use it during the previous class. And
mm,
I have to believe that inside Visual Studio, we also set up live server, which we were
yeah,
using to test if our changes are actually okay, just to look at the changes as we are progressing with our code. Then I think we looked at headings and how we can use headings, that is heading 1 through heading 6. And I think the examples we used were three, where you could use it to write your CV. Then I think we also looked at paragraphs, right? So
yeah.
I think we need to carry over from there, then move into newer things. So today I want us to look at six things. I know six might look like a lot, but it isn't a lot, as you're going to see in a short while. So I want us to look at six things that also now enhance us to be able to display content further. Well, not necessarily not all of them are used to display the content, but um, they will be able to serve that particular purpose. Okay, so
Okay,
I'll share my screen.
okay.
You can see my screen, right?
Yeah,
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open Visual Studio Code and I'll go to our page. I think it was called Open Window, Open Folder rather. Uh,
yeah,
Actually, it's here. This short course on short course. This short course is what we had looked at. So today I want us to discuss comments. So I'll simply copy
okay.
one day two dot html. So again, I'm
Yeah,
creating a new file and I'm calling it day2.html. So today I
okay.
want us to start by looking at comments. So again, we said for HTML, you start with doc type, then you use your HTML, then you put your head, then your title, then this, let's say this is, we want to discuss what we call comments. We want to discuss links, images, lists, and tables. So this is going to be our agenda for today. Then, of course,
Okay.
head, we put body. Then all our code goes down there. That's what we had agreed is the general structure of any HTML document, right?
Yeah,
Good. So today, let's start with comments. So comments are non-executable code, are code that is not executable. So they're simply put there for documentation purposes. So
yeah,
they are put for documentation purposes or to disable parts of code from working as they should. So you can either use comments to document your work, or you can use them
yeah,
to disable code that you don't want to be executed. Now in HTML, comments are labeled like this. You start with a greater than sign, then you put exclamation, then you put two
yeah.
dots. Now, as you can see, then of course you end up with the other dot. So anything that is between these two, that is between this and this, anything that is inside there will be treated as a comment. So I can say written by, then I can put my name there,
Yeah.
I can put date, I can put the date is 20th, and I can explain what this is all about. Okay.
Yeah.
Then of course I can even go further. I can even say now. So as you can see, I can be able to write anything I have inside here, and it will not be executed as code. You can see it is in green, so it means that it's not going to be executed as code.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is very interesting. Anything I mark as comment is not going to be executed as code. So that's one way. Let's say, for example, let me just go live here. Let me make them side by side. Why is it not? Let me make some that side by side here, like that.
Yeah.
And of course, then, well, that's not the window that I wanted. This is the window that I wanted. Okay, so let me dispose of this. So yeah,
Okay.
so actually that was okay. It was actually displaying the exact thing that I wanted it to display, which is this is the page that we are looking at. So maybe if we put a paragraph here so that they're going to appear on different lines like that. So for example, I had a heading one here, and I say, "Welcome to comments." Then I can simply put a code here. Comments are good, and maybe you can click on this. Okay, well, you can do other things there. Now, if I wanted this code not to execute, as you can see, it's executing and it's showing on the browser window. If I wanted to
Yeah.
render this code useless, which means I don't want it to execute, what I will do, I'll mark it as comment. So to mark it as comment, I'll put a square angle bracket, exclamation mark. Okay, I put it in the wrong place. So I mean here, the indentation I'm modifying is not necessary. I'm just modifying it to make it look nicer. So I can put an angle bracket there, put an exclamation mark, put two dashes like that. Then once I'll delete the other two because it's automatically filling them in. Then you can see automatically whatever I was typing is actually lost. When I come down
Yeah.
here, I put another two dashes and that square bracket. So anything inside there will be lost. So if I were to take this and move it up here, you can see they come back. But if I take these
Yeah.
two and bring them down here, now this portion that is inside here will become commented, and as such, it will be ignored by the browser.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
That sounds nice. You want to try it out?
Yeah.
Okay, please do. Then we can continue. So that's comments.
Yeah.
Yes. So every time you want to comment something, you want to disable a portion of code that is not working, that's how you do it. By the way, there's a shortcut for doing it.
Yeah.
Assuming I didn't want to type the all of these things as they are, and I wanted to comment the all of this, what I'll need to do is I would highlight this, then you'd open your keyboard. Let me open my screen keyboard. Then you will press these two things together. You'll press forward slash with
Teacher.
control. You'll press control, this one,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
forward slash at the same time. So highlight the code that you want to comment, then press control and forward slash. So you can see it has automatically put the comments on its own.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's the shortcut for putting comments. You highlight whatever you want to comment, then you press control plus forward slash on your keyboard, and it will select the portion of code that you've selected in a multi-line format.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so that's the shortcut of doing. So you can just do it, then we can carry on.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you go back to the page I see?
Which one? The page is here. All of them are here. There's the
Yeah.
code here and there is the output here. Or you want me to undo the comment?
Project. I'm not seeing on the on the Google Meet.
Oh, you're not seeing on the Google Meet. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. It's showing me that it's visible. So let me stop. Then let me present again. Is it visible now?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
That's strange. That's strange. That's strange. That's strange. Stop presenting. Present entire screen. Share. I'm seeing it that on the meeting here it's available. I don't know why you're not seeing it.
Uh, let me show you what's it's just showing the R that Richard is presenting and nothing is happening.
Mm, well, I think that's more like okay. I don't know what is causing that. We just share with me a screenshot because I'm seeing from here. It should be able to show that I am presenting.
Okay. Oh, it started presenting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to believe that now it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna push. Uh, it has stopped presenting again.
It has failed again to present.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's your connection. Let me just um how about now?
Uh, yeah, I think so.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Victor, you okay?
Yeah, I'm writing the comment.
Okay, no problem.
So 2 minutes. Sure, sure.
Yes?
No, no.
I thought you were speaking to me.
Almost finished. I'm finished.
Okay, that is if you run it, I want to believe that you are only seeing the parts that are not commented out. The parts that are commented out are not visible, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's comments. And comments, as I said, they're very powerful. You can use it to disable code. Like for example, if I just take this portion and move it up here, of course the rest of the things are not comments, and as you can see, they will appear on my page. Only that,
yeah.
well, maybe they're not formatted well, but well, you can still see them on my page. If I didn't want uh, from these comments all the way to here, not to show on my page, those things will go away. So I'm only left with these two. So that's what comments do, and they're very, very important as you can see. Okay. Now the
Yeah.
next thing I want us to discuss are links. So I'm using comments to be able to explain some things. So control forward slash links. I want us to work with links.
Okay.
Links like that. Now, links are pointers towards what you call URIs. So these are pointers to a URI. URI means uniform resource uh, indicator. So they can point to an address or a resource or a file to the internet. That's why they're called URIs. Or previously they were called URLs or Uniform Resource Locators. Nowadays they're called URIs, which is Uniform Resource Indicator. For example, if I want to go to, if I say I have a page that is large, let me just create a very large page so that I show you how these URIs or how these links work. Let's say I have a document with four paragraphs. So first of all, I'll have heading two, and I'll say sorry, heading two, and I'll say poem one. Then here I'll put lorem 100. It'll put some large text over here, as you can see. So maybe I put those on the paragraph. So everything that is inside here goes inside here. I've not typed everything. I've just used the browser to generate them
Mm.
for me. So I'll put H2, press enter, then I'll put poem 2. Then maybe again I put paragraph, then I put lorem 100. Then I press enter. It will put another poem. Then I can put another third poem, which is another H2. Then I have poem 3. Then here I'll have now lorem 100 again. Then I have poem 4. It should be inside the paragraph again. And I can pick this one, place it inside here. Then let me say I have another poem so that there are five of them. I'm just trying to make the document large enough.
Yeah.
So H2, poem 4. Sorry, poem number 4. So this one can be number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Then again I have here Lauren. Let me say now 200. So maybe let me make it very, very long. So you can see I have a very long document over here, okay?
Yeah.
So for example, if I wanted to go through each poem one by one, what I will need to do is where these poems are, I'll need to give them an ID. So I'll simply say here, ID equals poem 1. So this is actually what you're referring to as HTML attributes. So ID is an example of an attribute. So the poem 1. So this, sorry, poem 1. Yeah. So this H2 will tell me there is something that has an ID of poem 1. This one will have an ID of poem 2,
Thank you.
right?
Yeah.
Then this one will have an ID of poem 3, ID of poem 3. Then this one will have an ID of poem 4 inside the double quotes like that. So now I have poem 1, poem 2, poem 3, and poem 4. Now, what if I had a link up here that I say, which poem do you want to show? So, what I can do here, I can create an anchor. Anchor is like that. Then I put a hyperlink reference. Href means the hyperlink reference. Then I'll put the ID of where I want to access. So, this is poem 1. Then I'll say here poem number 1. So what this means is that I am creating a link. As you're going to see up here, there will be a link that will be created showing poem 1, like here. You can see there's this link that is going to be created here. If I click on this link, it should take me to poem 1. Okay? Now,
Yeah.
if I put another anchor tag, then I said this one is pointing to poem number 2. You have to start with the hash. Hash, then the ID of the poem. So this is poem number 2. Then I can repeat the same again, hash poem 3. So poem number 3. Then hash again, poem number 4. So this is poem 4, poem number 4. So you see what this means is that up here I have poems all the way from number 1 to number 4. So if I click
Yeah.
on poem 4, you can see automatically it takes me to poem number 4. If I
Yeah.
come and see at poem number 1, it takes me to poem number 1. You can see poem number 1 is 1 at the top. So this one, poem 4, poem 4, okay, all right. So if I come here and I say poem 3, you can see text me poem 3, poem 1, poem 2, text me to poem 2. Why is it poem 3 working? Poem, or this is poem. So I misspelled 3, poem 4, poem 4. Yeah, I think that's fine. So if I come and refresh this page, F5. When I click point 3, you can see it takes me to point 3. When I click
Yeah.
point 1, you can see it takes me to point 1. When I click point 4, you can see it takes me to point 4 and so on and
Okay.
so forth. So this is how links work, and this is on the same page. So this is
Yeah.
links on the same document. So if you want to access portions or certain portions of a document, so maybe if I come down here, if I come down here and I put a button, I put a tag, and I'll say go to the top. Then I say go to top. So if I'm down here, so let me put a break here, and I say yeah. So that's a break. So I have this link here. So when I click on it, I want it to take me to the top of the page. So you can see it has actually taken me to the top of the page. So what I can do here, I can put this one as the top of the page. So I can create here uh, a div with an ID of top. So I'll simply put top. Well, that's strange. Div with an ID of top, top, like that. So what happens is when I come down here, I refresh this page and I go to poem number 4. Then after poem number 4, I say I want to go to the top. You can see it brings me back to the top. Poem number 4 takes me downwards, top, take me upwards. So this is if you want to navigate your document on the same page, you would use hash with the ID of the location where you want to access. So if I say poem 1, it will simply point to this particular location over here. So if I am at the bottom, and I say top, it will take me towards all the way towards the top. If I say point one, it's going to take me to point one directly. If I say I want point two, it's going to take me to point two directly. If I say I want point three, it will take me to point three directly. And if I say I want point four, it takes me to point number four. I hope that is clear.
Yeah.
So that is if you're working with the same document. Now, let's assume I want to access these headings and I want to access this hello world. So let me say I have another link here and I say create a paragraph. Then I say my previous documents. So I want to be able to access my previous documents from here. So I will create another link. Then I'll say now I can put uh, inside here I have this file is called hello world.html. Okay, so since they're in
Yeah.
the same folder, I'm just going to put the name of the document, which is hello world.html, because they're in the same folder. Okay, otherwise
Yeah.
if they were in different folders, then I would specify the folder name. Then I can come here again and I'll say put another anchor. Now this one should be, the second one is called headings.html. Okay, so here I'll
Yeah.
put headings.html. So because these are links, I'll simply say hello world file. We're going to discuss link so hello world file. So this hello world file, this portion here is what displays on your on as part of the text to be clicked. Then here I can simply say headings file. So I have two files here. So if I click on this, you can see it takes me to that file directly. If I click on this other one, it also takes me to that other file directly. So
Well,
that is how we create links. So the first portion, which is here, were links on the same document. This other one are links on different links
different documents.
pointing to a different file, pointing to a file in the same server as the current file. So these files are always going to be in the same server. So that's why we just mentioned their name. Okay?
Yeah,
But if I wanted to access google.com, if I wanted to access an external document, so here I'll put link to access external documents or resources. So you can also point towards external resources. So I can put here another paragraph and I say go to my socials. Okay?
yeah,
Maybe I want to show you my socials. So first of all, I'll have LinkedIn, I'll have Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So what I can do here, I can say A again. Now when it comes to the hyperlink reference, you'll have to put you have to put the exact address, HTTPS. You have to put the exact address, then www.facebook. Of course, you're going to paste your URL there. So here you can say this is Facebook. Okay.
yeah,
I'll put another one here. I'll say YouTube. So https www.youtube.com. Then I'll say here, this other one is YouTube. Then thirdly, I'll put now another one, which is A. I'll put Instagram. So https www.instagram.com. Then lastly, maybe I want LinkedIn, right? So https www.linkedin.com. So this is going to be LinkedIn. So this is Instagram and this is LinkedIn, like that. So you see, if I had this kind of an arrangement, what would happen is when I click on this link,
yeah,
you can see it's going to open Facebook, right?
yeah.
When I go back and I click on this, you'll see it's opening YouTube.
YouTube,
And when I click on this one, it takes me to
Instagram.
Instagram. And when I click on this LinkedIn, it takes me to LinkedIn. So that is how you can be able to use links on the same document, different documents, but on the same server, on completely different locations from your current server. Clear enough? Now, the only other thing you need to do with hyperlink reference is here you can add another attribute called target. Then you can put a blank window if you don't want the page to overwrite yours. Like you can see, if I click on Facebook, it automatically replaces my page. If I wanted Facebook to open on a new file, I would come here and add an attribute target equals underscore blank. So when I say target is blank and I click on Facebook, you can now see that it has opened Facebook on a different page, but my website is still visible. Okay? So
Yeah,
generally it will depend on the behavior that you want. If you want it to be open on a new window, simply put target blank, then it will be able to open it on a new window like that. So that means that any of the links I click here will just open a new window with the components, but my page remains intact. Okay?
yeah,
So that is how we work with links, and those are the three ways within which we work with links. Now, I created these headings and these paragraphs just to demonstrate that I can have a lot of content on the page, and that allows me to be able to navigate from different elements on the page moving forward. Okay?
yeah.
Now you can see how interesting it starts to get. Eh?
Mm,
You want to experiment on that?
yeah.
Yeah, please do. You get stuck, let me know.
Uh, when I get stuck, I'll tell you.
Yes,
When I get stuck, I'll tell you.
no problem at all. I want to believe that the progress is going on well.
Yeah.
Okay, it's good. If you get stuck, just let me know.
Okay.
Um, you went off.
Yeah. The phone crashed a bit.
Ah, okay, but it's still visible, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm almost done.
okay.
I think it's okay right now.
It's okay, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So, no questions. No, that's working perfectly okay, yeah?
Yeah.
Good. So now I want us to also look at something else. I want us to discuss something to do with images. So you can also add images, add images to your website or web app. And images are very powerful because they allow you to be able to, make the content a little bit more colorful. So if you look at most websites, they've used a lot of images left, right, and center, right? So
Yeah.
that's what you do. If you want to use images, that images could be a bit of a problem especially when it comes to copyright and stuff like that. So what you do, if you want to use royalty-free images, you'll go to a website called Unsplash. Unsplash is here. Then from here, you're
Mhm.
just going to search. I want images maybe on computers, like that. Then from here, you'll say license you want free. So there is license. Where is the filter? Where is the filter? Where is the filter? So let me see. Full. Then license here, you say free. Yeah? So that will give you only free images. Well, it has done the opposite, but nonetheless, that's okay. So what you can do is you can get a free image like this. Then you simply say download this. It will download. Then you can come and say I also like this one here. Download it. Actually, you don't need to open them. Just go back and come back and say I think I also like this one. Download it. I also like this one, download it. So you can download as many images as you want here. And you can see these are very high quality images, right? These are very
Yeah.
high quality images. So you'll download all of them. Then what you're going to do is you will open where the images are located, like so. Then you'll pick these images together. Then you'll copy them, and then you will go to where you we are storing our files. I think it's on drive C documents. Did we call it? I think it's just C, and we call it short web. Short web. Mm, Let me see. Where did I place it? I placed it. This one is on short web design course. 100 documents. So it's on documents. Then short web design course. So if I have documents here, then I organize by name. Then I say short. Should be here. Short web design course or web design short course. It's actually supposed to be web design short course. It should be W. Yeah, here. So here
Yeah.
I'll create a folder and I'll call it images like that. Then I will paste my images here. Then I'll call this one maybe one. I'll call this other one two. Just give them simple names, right? Call this
Yeah.
one three. You can leave the names as they are, but I like making them simple so that now they are not, this should be four, this should be five, should be five. So you can see they're very high quality images. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 .jpg. So I have those images. So what I will do here is you can see here now I have them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So ideally what I've done is gone to a splash, search for images, then download those images, located where they are downloaded, pick them up, copied and pasted where my project is by creating a new folder. Then I rename the images so that they are easier to access. Now I want us to look at how we can be able to add them on our page. So instead of going all the way to the bottom, let's add them at the top here. Okay.
Yeah.
You can add them at the bottom, but you can also go and add them at the top. So what I'm going to do, well, let's add them at the bottom so that now we are able to progress chronologically. So to add an image, we'll use the img tag. So we have the img tag like that. It has two attributes that we must provide. Actually, there are four, but you can provide at least two. So we have the src, or the source attribute. Then the source attribute, depending on where the images are located, since we have the images in the same folder as our documents, we're going to use a relative path. So we're going to say from the current folder where we are, open a folder called images. Then inside images, you put a forward slash, then pick the file that you want. I want one.jpg, like that. Okay? Because I have
Yeah.
it there. Then from there, I can have another alt attribute. This alt attribute enables me to give an alternative in the event the image is not displayed. Which text should be displayed in the event that image is not found on that server? So I'll simply say uh, first image, first image, right? Then I have an
Yeah.
option of specifying the height and the width. So you can also specify the height and the width. So let me say I want a height of maybe say 300 pixels inside the bracket. Then once I'm done, I'll simply close that. When I do that and I scroll all the way to the bottom, you can see now I have an image of 300 pixels. So that is the height. If I wanted the width to be the same, 300, I'll put 300 pixels. So it will be a square image. So you can see now it has become a square image. But square images are not good because they become a little bit too squishy. So maybe say, let me work with 200 here, and maybe I don't give it a width. If you give it only one side, it will try and balance the other side for you. All right. So you can see
Yeah.
here, let me create a paragraph here and say, here are some images. So you can see I have one of the images there, right? We can go ahead and
Yeah.
put another image. So again, I'll repeat the process. Open tag img, src for source. Then I have a folder called images, is where the images are. Sorry, inside this quote. A folder called images is where these images are. Then I have two.jpg. The alternative text is second image. And then of course, okay, it has to be inside this quote. So second image. Then I have to give it a height of again 200 pixels. I don't know why I'm missing it. I'm missing out today. Then I'll close that. So now you can see I have another one that is now it has a height of 200 pixels, so the width is maintained. And I can copy this and insert the third image. Then this is image number three. So this is also 200 pixels. So if I come and see, you're going to see image number three has shown down here. Then I can show the fourth image, which is image number four. So I can say this is third and fourth, respectively. So if you look at that, you'll find that I have actually added four images on my page. Okay. Now I want you
Yeah.
to see what this alt text does. If I misspell this image and call it maybe say 10 and I don't have 10, what you'll see happen is that the first image is not going to be there, but then you're seeing the text first image is actually showing in place of it. So that's what is the purpose of this first image alt attribute. Okay. So in the
Yeah.
event that the image is not there, that text is going to be displayed on your behalf. All right.
Yeah.
So that's images. You want to try that out?
Yeah.
Okay, please do.
After downloading the images, what should I do?
You copy them and paste them where your project file is.
Oh,
Then you create a folder called images, you paste them inside there, then you can rename them 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just give them simple names.
okay. Uh, I'm done. I'm done. Mr. Richard,
Yes.
I'm done.
Oh, that's okay now, eh?
Yeah,
Sorry. And I think it's also working okay, yeah?
yeah,
So now let's look at, again, you can also use an image as a hyperlink. Say, for example, I come here and I say uh, Google logo, not login. Then I take this Google logo and I save it where I'm saving my files, which is under documents here. Then we had this one. Then I say images. Then I say Google logo .png. When I'm connecting to Google here, which is uh, which is Google. I don't have Google, so let me come and say here. I want to add an anchor that connects to HTTP www.google.com like that. Now inside here, instead of just putting some text, I can also put an image. Okay. Then I'll simply
yeah,
say images, then Google logo, .png. So if I do that and I come back to my project over here, you'll see that when it comes to connect to Google, I now have an image. So when I click on that image, it now takes me to Google directly. Okay, so you can use
yeah,
images also as part of your anchor pointers to so that somebody can just clicks on it and they're able to navigate on that. So you can use text, you can use images, you can use icons or anything for that matter that you feel is appropriate. Okay? So that was
yeah,
just a pointer that I wanted to mention. So now let's look at how you work with lists. So here I'll have working with lists. So a list is more or less a set of things that needs to be done. So we have two types of lists in two types of lists lists in HTML. The first one is called the unordered list. So we have an ordered list. This is just where we list things for you with a bullet. Okay. So for
okay,
example, I can ask you, I can list for you the units that you're going to take for this course this semester. So an example here will be paragraph units to be taken this semester. So if I have units to be taken this semester, I can put my unordered list like that. Then I put list item. So unordered list is to define the list. Then list item is each item on the list. So I can say list item here. Then the list item I put um, HTML. Then I can put another list item CSS, another list item JavaScript, then another list item WordPress. So I can do something like that. So this will create a list with four entries, namely HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and WordPress. So if I come down here, you'll see I have that list shown like that. So this is the first type, an ordered list. Okay. Now,
mm,
the other type of list that we can work with is called ordered list. So we have an ordered list. Then the second category is an ordered list. Is ordered list. So the other one is ordered list. So ordered list is where we order things in chronological order, the things that are supposed to be done. So I can say for you to apply a course, for example, I'll give you instruction on how you can apply for the course. That those instructions are supposed to be followed in the order within which they were created. When I'm talking about what is going to be covered, I'm not concerned with what comes first, what comes last. But when I'm talking about ordered list, I want to be able to order things from the first one all the way to the last one. So I'll give example here how to register for the course. So how do you register for the course? Then what I'll do here, I will create an ordered list first of all. Then I'll put a list item. I'll say go to. Then I'll put an anchor. Then I'll say www https www dot to kenya.ac.ke/portal. Okay,
mm,
go to. Then I'll put there TUK website. That text I'll put it inside here and create your account. So that's going to be the first step. So go to Kenya and create your account. Then after that, I'll put another list item uh, and say after. Okay, definitely after you create an account, log on to the created account and navigate to courses offered. Right?
yeah,
So you do that, I'll say select your course and click apply. Okay. Then
mm,
after that, pay application fees and wait for confirmation. So you see, these steps have to be followed in that particular order. You go to the website, you create your account, you log on to that account, you select your course, and then you click apply, pay, then wait for the confirmation. So if I come down here, you'll see they are different. The first one is only having bullets, the other one is now having numbered instructions, one all the way to the end. So these are the two types of lists that you can be able to work with as far as HTML is concerned: ordered list and unordered list. I don't know if they sound the same. Sometimes
yeah,
they sound like they're the same, but one is ordered, the other one is unordered. UL.
yeah,
Okay?
yeah,
Is that okay?
yeah,
Perfect. So you want to try it out?
yeah.
Okay.
Finished.
That's okay. It's working nicely, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see this is very nice stuff. So I think finally, let's look at how to work with tables. So working with tables. So one of the other things that we can add to our pages are tables, and tables are powerful because they allow us to organize a few things all together. So maybe what I can do is let me assume that we want to generate a timetable from for this particular course. Then we want to show the student how the timetable will look like. It can be a timetable, it can be an attendance list, it can be, maybe students who have been selected and stuff like that. So it will really depend on what you want to display as a table. But for this particular case, let me start with a simple table, like for example, show us students that have been selected for the particular course, and of course now or lecturers, a list of lecturers who are going to teach the course. So I can say here, paragraph, then list of lecturers for the course. So assuming we are advertising a course and we want to show you which lecturers are going to teach this course. So what I can do is I can create a table. Now a table has three parts. There's what we call a table header or T head. T head is the heading of a table. Sorry. Okay. Then you have the
Mm.
table body, the content of the table. Then we have the table footer, what displays at the bottom of a table. So this is how the structure of a table looks like. So I have a table, which is a HTML element. The table has a table head, it has a table body, and it has a table footer. So this is important. If we organize it like this, when it comes to styling it, now we can be able to apply different styles to the table effectively. So the table header is where all the headings go. So here I'll say where all the headings will go. Okay. So here I can have TH. Let me say I have four headings like that. So I can have TH, then I have the first lecturer, the name of the lecturer, the name, then I'll have the unit taken and contact hours. So here, if I do that, you'll be able to see if I come down here, you'll see I have a table that is displaying. Now it doesn't display well, so let me add something here like border one. So just you see how the borders look like. Now this is not important because when you're applying styles, we're going to apply styles later. I just want you to see how the style looks like when you're adding the table. So you can see now I have the head and now the borders are displayed. So I have the number, the lecturer name, then I have the unit taken, then I have the unit taken, then of course now I have the contact hour. So then inside the T body here, now I'll create a table row. So because I have to have a row. Then I'll create table cells or table divisions that correspond to the headings, and they're supposed to be four for each case, like that. So I'll say here number one is Richard, and is going to teach HTML, and HTML is going to teach for 10 hours. Then I create another row, and I create another division, four of them. Then I say this is the second lecturer, and they're called Mary Jane, and they're going to teach maybe say JavaScript, and they're also going to take 18 hours. Then I can have another lecturer, TR, then I put table divisions, four of them. The table division has to be corresponding to the headings that we have at the top here. So you can see these ones are one, two, three, four. So each table row has to have four cells. Each table row has to have four cells and so forth and so forth. So here I'll have the third person, and maybe they're called Dalmas. They're going to teach digital electronics, and this is going to be 8 hours. So if I come back to my timetable, my table back here, you'll see that I have now created a table. Sorry, I've now created a table that has the table header. It has 3 rows, and each row has 4 columns, and then that data is displayed as appropriate. Okay.
Yeah.
T-foot is optional. You can put the table footer as optional because the table footer sometimes people just like replacing whatever is on the table head so that whether you're reading the table from the bottom or from the top, you can be able to see the totals. But at the same time, I might want to be able to put, if I want to put total contact hours, I can put here and I say T head, T foot, then rather I simply say TH. Now, because I want a number of rows, what I want to do here is this. I want to be able to group this together. I want to group these three together. Then I say total contact hours. Then I add all these contact hours. Okay. So if I want to do that, I'll simply say th and I'll say th. Then I'll add here something called call span. How many columns do I want it to span? I want it to span one, 1, 2, 3 rows. I want it to span 3 columns rather. Then I'll simply say here total contact hours. Then once I'm done, I'll create another table head. Then I'll add this together. This is 10 plus 18, which is 28, plus 8 is 36. So I put there 36 like that. So if I come back to my table, you'll see here it has actually now taken, this is capital O. Let me put lowercase o. So what I've done here is I have taken the last column, which is the table footer, and that one cell, I have spanned it 3 columns. That's why I say column span. So span the first column, span the second column, span the third column. Then once you span it, it forms one cell. Then that one cell simply say total contact hours. Then the next cell, which is now the remaining cell, put the total contact hours. So you can see how easy it is when it comes to working with tables. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. Very.
Yeah, so now you can try this out. You can try the table out. I think that's why it's starting. Ah, famiglia, io la nostra famiglia. Ah, ah, why are you worried? Relax. Ah, ah, ah. Samples, okay. So, mama. Mm, okay. We'll get okay. Usate pure.
Uh, I'm done.
Oh, sorry. So it looks great.
Yeah,
Okay, so I think that should form our agenda for today because that's what we had intended to achieve. And I think we've achieved it right on time. We have looked at comments, we have looked at links, we have looked at images, we have looked at lists, then we have also looked at tables. So I think we can take a break at that. You can use those techniques to enhance your CV. You can use
yeah,
techniques to enhance your CV. Then, when we come tomorrow, we'll start looking at other things like forms and multimedia, how to add multimedia inside our web pages. Okay.
yeah,
So, I think with that, we can take a break. Then we can. No, is it tomorrow or Monday? Tomorrow is Saturday.
yeah, man.
I think it's Monday. Sorry.
I was asking.
I think it's Monday. So, I'm saying you can use these techniques to enhance your CV.
Yeah,
So you can use lists, you can use tables, you can use images, and you can use links just to enhance your
yes,
CV. Maybe say tell somebody if you want to find me on Facebook, this is where you can find me. If you want to find me on Instagram, if you want to find me on YouTube, maybe if you want to get a downloadable copy of my CV, stuff like that, right? You can put a
yeah,
copy of your image. You can put your hobbies in terms of a list. You can put your referees in terms of another list and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So just play around with them, see how you can be able to enhance your CV with that kind with the tools that you've learned today.
Okay. I was asking,
Yes.
can you send me the video when you the
Yeah,
one you got?
I'll send you this video immediately. Maybe
Yeah.
probably you'll give me about 30 minutes for it to process, then I'll make it available for you.
Okay. Thank you.
The other one was okay, yeah?
Yeah. Very. I revisited it today morning.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. Have a great weekend.
Okay, you too.